بحبك يا مصر، بحبك يا مصر، بحبك وقلبي يرفرف في جنبي بلحظة ما أقولك بحبك يا مصر، بحبك وقلبي يرفرف في جنبي بلحظة ما أقولك بحبك يا مصر، بحبك 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 يا مصر، يا مصري بحبك، بحبك يا بلادي،
يا بلادي يا بلادي بحبك يا بلادي، يا مصري بحبك، بحبك يا مصر،
بحبك يا مصر، بحبك يا مصر.
Regarding the video, and basically the most focal point to all the media right now and what's going on, the stupid video that disrespected the Prophet Muhammad and the religion of Islam. Who did it? Why? Who got hurt? And who benefited from this tape? This is the 4 questions that you need to ask yourself, and hopefully you answer them, or we will help you on that. When we answer this question, we'll have a much better understanding about what's going on, and who's right and who's wrong, and who to blame and who not to blame. Who and why did this video? Okay, who we know. It's a moron that basically have no iota of brain to put a video like this on the internet. But why is the question? You have to ask yourself why anybody would put such a stupid thing on the internet. And obviously it wasn't just to anger the Middle East. There was a reason behind it. And not to exercise the First Amendment either. Lots of photos got posted on the internet before, insulted the Prophet and the religion. Lots of cartoons, articles, and books. So if you look at the history, so this person, this moron that posted this video, know exactly how the Middle East is going to react. His gain is basically nothing. He just became an infamous human being for doing something really stupid. So what is the reason and who got hurt? Now here is the answer. Who got hurt? Believe it or not, it's Mr. Obama. President Obama. Look at the steps and the progression. The moron put the video on the internet, that was one. Knowing the inevitable will happen from previous history, that the Middle East will go in flame and lots of riots is going to happen. And as expected, the Middle East or the Arab world or the Islamic world went in flames. So the inevitable happened in the Middle East. Everything went in flames, people are rioting, people are angry, and they don't know what to do, so just like went to the streets and burned everything and riots and whatnot. Some group took advantage of that and did the dumbest and the stupidest thing in the world, which is attack other innocent people just because they can. So they charged the embassy. And they charged the embassy because the embassy represents the United States. And some people in the Middle East or Libya or whatever are angry with the government because they helped the people help them oust the president of Libya. So this group that was really angry of that situation and they didn't want the old dictator to go, they took the chance and opportunity to attack the embassy and kill innocent people, and one of them was the ambassador. So here is what Fox News and the media focused on. Not why the video happened or how it happened or why somebody will put something on like this on the internet. No. All we focus on is the media. All the media focus on, specifically Fox News, what this is a terrorist attack, what we are trying to talk about as a group in E2020, attack is an attack is an attack. What we need to think about, why this happened, why the video came out, who did the video, what's his idea of doing it, and what he tried to gain from it. That's what we need to think about, okay? Beside all the damage that happened from the stupid video. As U.S. citizen, we really don't have a lot of respect to a lot of things. We do not respect our teachers. We do not respect our parents. We do not respect the government. We do not respect the religion, whatever the religion is. And we really do not respect the president of the country. We talk about the president as if he is like a dumb guy, or, you know, he's stupid. And there is a lady from Fox just said he's a retard. Ann Coulter, or whatever her name is, she just said about the president of the most powerful country in the world, an educated man out of Harvard, that he's a retard. Aside from insulting people with Down syndrome or whatever, the idea that she called the president of the country a retard, that's a lot of disrespect. So now take that concept and think of the Middle East. In the Middle East, it's completely the other way around. The Middle East, people know and respect everybody so dearly. Elderly, government, and especially the religion. People there respect the religion dearly. Even Christians in Egypt respect Christianity more than Christians respect Christianity in the U.S. And that's a whole different discussion. We can talk about it some other time. But the word respect is very important. So when a moron put a video like this on the internet, yes, it will make a big deal. A cartoon that big out of Denmark a few years back, and the Middle East went in flames because of that, and did not buy anything from Denmark for a few years. Affected their economy. So yes, a video will do a lot more than that. The other part that everybody was really up in arms about, especially on Fox and whatnot, why the Middle East got so upset and riots and angry and all that. You need to think about the mentality of the people you're talking to, or the people that actually looked at this video. You have a huge different varieties of people. Varieties of education, learning, mental capacity. Different people act to different things. Here is the thing that you need to think about. With all due respect, and this is not to compare instance or the situations, I'm just trying to get you to think how the people in the Middle East thought about the video. And again, our biggest goal here is to close the link, or to close the gap, or become the link between Egypt and the Middle East, the US and the West. So here is what you need to think about, again, with all due respect. Remember when the 9/11 and the horrible tragedy happened in the United States with the towers? People reacted very differently in all of the United States, to the point that some people got attacked just because they are Arab or Muslim. Some people got attacked because they're Indian, because people thought they're Muslim or Arabs. And everybody reacted very differently. There is people in the United States said that was a sad and a tragedy thing to happen, but you should not insult somebody else, like, you know, people from the Middle East or Arab or Muslim or whatever. And some people in New York got attacked. They lived in New York all their life. They are the third or the fourth generation of Arab American living in the United States. But yet they got charged, and some people got killed. They was grabbed from their homes and they got killed just because they are Arab American and they live in the United States. So when the 9/11 happened, people reacted differently. The video to the Middle East and the Arab and the Islamic world is a big, huge deal. It was very big item to happen. And that's what we're trying to answer the question on. Was it just because of the video? Yes. from somebody who lived and still live in the Middle East and live in the United States and lived in the two countries concurrently all the time, yes, the video was a big, huge deal. So now that I'm talking about the progression of what happened to the video, just to show you that President Obama was the target of this video. Everybody had to act. Government had to act. Governments, because here and there, in the U.S. and overseas in the Middle East, presidents in the Middle East and the president in the United States has to act. People acted in the U.S. and in the Middle East and all different countries in the world. Fox, God bless him, 24/7, day and night, got on this like white on rice. Have nothing else to do but talk about the video, the video, the video. And it's not the video that we're talking about. It's actually what happened because of the video. And again, not trying to understand what happened. No, let's just take it and see how can we hurt as Fox News, how can we hurt the president because of what happened overseas. Nothing else. That's what Fox focused on. How can we hurt the president so he does not get a second term? If you use common sense, you will come to the same exact conclusion, that this video was made, whether planned or by accident, to hurt Mr. Obama in his election. So now it all became to election and the political game. So President Obama acted by apologizing to the Middle East. The gentleman, with all the power he has as the United States of America, the most powerful country on the planet, he decided that the best course is to apologize to the Middle East and explain to the Middle East and the rest of the world that it wasn't really the government, because the people in the Middle East thought it's the government that did the video, or the people of the United States that made the video. So thankfully the president have his cool head with Mrs. Hillary Clinton. They thought, let's just make him understand that we didn't do all that. And the problem is, he got completely attacked from both sides, the United States and the Middle East. He didn't make anybody happy. But it's enough that he had the cool head to apologize to the people. And instead of, at least in the United States, instead of understanding what he did and how he did it, and thank you very much for being so cool, calm, and collected, we attacked him in the United States.
Now, like all of you, my responsibility is to act in the interests of my nation and my people. And I will never apologize for defending those interests.
He'll never apologize? This from the president who has made an apology in art form, prancing from one world capital to another, pointing out America's flaws?
The Middle East attacked the president because they don't understand how the United States works. And that's why we're trying to do, or what we're trying to do, is trying to get the Middle East to understand how the United States works. The Middle East doesn't have the Constitution or the Bill of Rights. It's a very different world. So, President Obama acted and apologized, and again, as we said, everybody attacked him. And of course, Fox News, no matter what the man is going to do, he cannot do right. So, they took the apology, and they said it's the worst thing in the world that he could have done. He should have, I don't know, more military, let's suppress him more. And that's what terrifies me with the whole Republican Party and, of course, Mr. Romney. You cannot lead the world by having more military and more suppression. Mr. Obama have the coolest thing about him, which is he talks to everybody. He visits everybody. He shook his hand with every president that he can, try to understand where they're coming from. That is the president that should really represent the most powerful country in the world. So we don't find ourselves in another war or something. So Fox, Hannity, Savage, and Rush Lobotomy, which is what I call him because they have no idea what the heck he's talking about, attack the president day and night. Why? Just to make him look bad, so people don't vote for him. And instead of trying to understand that we have a greater and a bigger problem on our hand, No, it was just a good chance to attack the president. And the question that I really wanted to ask everybody on Fox News, if you ever watch this and you really have the guts to answer us, what did you want him to do? He had people rioting, angry, attacking embassies, and for the lack of understanding, they're saying the government of the U.S. and the people in the United States is the one that did the video because they have no idea. And what do you want the president to do? Do you want him to go on TV and say, hey, you're wrong for acting the way you're acting, and if you don't stop, we're going to bomb you? What do you want him to do? He did the best course of action that can be done. The cool head, the big guy, the understanding, and there is nothing in the world, ladies and gentlemen, nothing in the world more than being the big and the strong guy and still talking to the little guy about, let's just sit down and talk. Let's just talk peace. Let's try to understand each other. And I know, as the biggest guy and the more guy, that I can hurt you, but I'm still trying to understand you, and I'm trying to kind of work peace with you. That is the most wonderful thing about the President of the United States, Mr. Obama. So now who got hurt? That was put on an Egypt newspaper. It just showed basically the reaction that the relationship between Egypt on the edge between the Egypt and the United States. So that's what got hurt. The relationship between the two countries. Now we have even more and lack of understanding. It's even worse. And another one, it just show, this is the Time magazine, it just show that people are writing again. And if you look at all these pictures and all these magazines, and you are speaking Arabic or so, and you try to read the signs on the post and the signs that people have them on the street, you're not going to find anybody saying anything but the video. That's what angered everybody. That's why they're writing. It's not because any other reason. So the people that said, is it just because of the video? Yes, it is. Read the signs that the people carrying everywhere when they had the rights. This video had a reason. The reason was to hurt Mr. Obama. Look at what's going on right now. Everything is almost forgotten or kind of pushed aside. But Fox News and some other media focusing on President Obama and his administration. And he does not deserve a second term. Lack of preparation, the way they reacted, the incompetency of his administration, why he didn't act faster. Now there is a video or some news saying that he knew everything going on, but he didn't act on it. And look at the other thing. The moron that did the video, nobody's talking about him at all. He completely forgotten. Living like a dog somewhere and hiding and wearing like 10, 5, 6 coats to look like he's a big guy. And I know he's not. He's like a really skinny guy. So he's just hiding. So again, think. Why anybody would do a video like this that he's not going to gain anything from it? The focus is on President Obama, his administration, and his campaign. That's the only focus we're having right now. It gotta be a reason. So can a video do all this? Governor Romney and Senator Ryan, or the Romney campaign in general? Yes. It's on all the papers. Read what happened.